Hi everyone, I hope you are well. Welcome back to my channel. Big hello to my lovely subscribers and welcome to anyone who's watching for the first time. So today I'm going to talk about budgeting and food storage, food prepping. So this is not going to be a how-to video. There's lots of those on YouTube, and in the budgeting community here in the UK, Emily Budgets has great videos on it, and she goes into mylar bags and things like that. But I'm hoping this video might be just a little bit encouraging and hopeful, in that you can start storing a bit of food away even if you're on a really tight budget. And I'm going to go into my 4 reasons why I do that. So yeah, welcome along. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the fact that I grow a lot of our food on the allotment, which I consider to be our garden. We live in a small flat without outside space, so the garden is really important to us. On my Instagram, which is Leaf and Flour, I'll put the link in the description box below. I take lots of photographs and little videos of how I do that, so do go and check that out. So in our freezer we currently have chopped courgettes, tomatoes, which are unprocessed but also made into a passata sauce, so I put them in tubs and freeze them. We've got chopped carrots, we've got peas, all that's been grown in the garden, and so I keep those in the freezer. Also, as we go, I make soups, pasta sauces, things like that, and shove them in the freezer for later on in the year. So that's fantastic. So we have enough for now and we store some for the winter months. First of all, I'll just quickly go into the sort of things that we've got on hand. So obviously things to do with grain, so we've got pasta, rice, we've got peanut butters, a few biscuits, sweets, we've got tinned vegetables, tinned soup. These are just tinned peas, so that's more of a meal in itself. Obviously sugar, flour, dried beans. We're a vegetarian family, so protein's really important. So we've got all different types of tofu, salt, cordials, oils. Now we keep oil, ghee, coconut oil and vegetable ghee all in the house as well. We have a stock of sort of ready meal type pouchy things. First aid kit, make sure that's got lots of spares, toothpaste, loo rolls, that sort of thing. Now there's, like I said, there's loads of videos on YouTube. They tell you what to store, how long it lasts. I'm just thinking about the next 6 months into 2023. So I check the sell by dates, use by dates, use some common sense, and go from there. So with that being said, let me get into why I have food storage and how it helps the budget and how it helps our family. So my first reason is simply it helps the budget. So as we know, prices of food is going up in the UK and across the world. And what it does, if I see something on sale, it locks in today's prices, because in 6 weeks' time, it may have gone up 50p a pound, and it just means I've saved myself a little bit of money in the meantime. So I have a working larder, we take from it and then restock it. So there is a fluid movement going through it, but yeah, it really does help delay lots of inflation, because I've already got a stock of it that I've bought at a cheaper price. Also, I might be able to afford things today that in 2 months I really won't be able to afford. So if there is some wiggle room in the budget, I will get an extra of something or top up a bit more tofu or things like that, just in case the situation changes for us in a couple of months' time and I've got food in the house. My second reason is time. I am a mum, I work, I've got my son, I do school runs. We all know how hectic life is at the moment, and if there's a time that I physically don't have time or don't have the energy to go grocery shopping, I know that that week we can actually just dip into what we've got stored, and then the following week I can just top it up, and that gives a great sense of peace of mind, because I know that if suddenly I get hectic, or even if a lovely opportunity comes up. So if someone said to you, how about we go out for 2 days on the trot, it's all free, come along, I can go and do that and not think, oh, but actually I've got to get the groceries in and I've got to do the meal plan and all of that stuff. I don't have to worry, because I can literally shop from the larder. So that's great. I'm all up for doing more fun things rather than grocery shopping. My third reason for having some stored food is health. So last year I was really struggling with a frozen shoulder, to the point where it made it very difficult for me to drive. I couldn't carry heavy bags, so doing a huge grocery shop was not really an option for me, and shopping in convenience stores that we could walk to was so expensive that it just blew the budget straight away. So again, if anything happens like that, you can break a leg, you can, all these things that can happen, especially what's happened in the last couple of years with illnesses and bugs and viruses all going round. It's really important to have a little bit set aside, so that then you're prepared for accidents and things like that, bad health. I mean, health is wealth, isn't it? And we all try and look after our health, but life happens. So yeah, that's that. My other reason is I am at this stage in my life where I am in my mid-40s. I care for my son, but also we have my parents and my husband's parents are getting to an age where they may have health problems and may need a little more input from us, which again affects time. My husband's parents live a couple of hours away, so again, if we had to keep driving up and down, there's petrol money and there's time. And so having a food bank that we can just shop from really brings peace of mind in that case. My last reason is I'm calling it world stuff. So we know a lot is happening around the world at the moment, prices are going up, and I like to always think will always be things that are beyond my control. So my sense of security comes from thinking, well, even if things go a bit wonky in the world, I've got some food prep to fall back on. Not a lot, like I say, we've got limited space here, but having a store of these things, this obviously isn't everything we've got, I just wanted to use this as an example, it brings me peace of mind that I think, okay, well, at least, we'll be able to put 3 meals on the table and weather the storm. On a practical level as well, in terms of what's happening in our lives, is I am starting a new job in a week's time, and there may be a gap a longer gap in between my paydays as things swap over, and I go on to the new timetable of how the my new job pays. So even if there's 2 extra weeks where I haven't been paid, or I haven't been paid as much as a full month's pay, we've got enough food that will tide us over, and so then we can reduce the grocery budget and use it on other expenses. So there we are. It's all sort of shorter term, shelf stable food that I chuck in bags and put in the cupboard, and if we need to, we shop from it, and if there's extra room in the budget, I add to it, and I highly recommend it. It keeps you hopeful, and it encourages me to not worry about putting food on the table. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I love chatting to you, and I will be back at the weekend with my cash stuffing video, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about how this fitted in with budgeting, and how and why we do it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you soon. Take care of yourself. See you. Bye.